Hello guys, Big Mike D717 Outlaw here with you today. We are finally back with some more parts for the Hayabusa. Sorry the coronavirus stuff has had things all messed up. I mean, heck, we should have been racing almost a month ago. But so far, we have parts that came in. We're going to break them up into a couple videos to get things installed, and then hopefully once everything is installed, the bike will be getting tuned. Now, just as a quick thing to put out there, we are looking for 200 plus wheel horsepower out of the Hayabusa, and that is going to be on stock motor. Pretty much stock everything minus the swing arm, but the few mods that we're going to be putting into it is the full race exhaust, which is going to be today's install. Now, the exhaust that I went with, a lot of guys for being a drag bike told me to go with a Brock Sidewinder system. I wanted to, but I still ride the bike around, and the Sidewinders can hinder your cornering abilities. Granted, the Busa stretch, so it doesn't corner the same as stock anyway, but we have a Brock's short meg system. The muffler is actually in the box, but we're going to do a 4 to 2 to 1 exhaust instead of a 4 to 2 exhaust, and keeping the dual exits and things like that. So we are going to go to a single exit exhaust, which should come out over on the right side of the bike. But the big thing is what that's going to do is eliminate the cats, eliminate the stock headers. The Leo Vinci slip-ons are going to end up going up for sale because they're still phenomenal pipes. Haven't had any issues with them. They're not beat up, but they still work. So those are going to be up for sale. Amazing sound on a Gen 2 Hayabusa for a pretty good cost-effective price. But we're going to be eliminating the cats, let the motor breathe. Bigger header diameter, so the bike will be able to just breathe a whole lot better. And then the single exit exhaust is less weight. So hopefully what we're looking for with the exhaust is possibly a 20 horsepower gain, and then possibly taking almost 20 pounds off the bike. So that is going to help us a lot, because doing those kind of modifications on a bike can add insane power to weight ratio, really change it up. But I just can't wait. We're going to get to installing this beautiful stainless steel exhaust. And yeah, let's just get to it. We got a lot of things to do, a lot of body work to take off, and a lot of parts to put on. All right.
I wish I could make the yellow light burn.
I'm just kind of want to see something. So we pulled the muffler off. Let's see how it sounds with just the cats. Okay, that's a little much. That's going to take some weight off, because that's actually pretty heavy. Okay, so this weighs 15 pounds. Register the weight, or no. It ain't coming on. I don't know if it weighs that little. So I was stepped on the scale holding that at 299, and then I stepped off the scale and held this, went back on, and it was 290. So this is 9 pounds lighter than the OEM with cats. Now that doesn't include the muffler, but the muffler is a lot less than the Leo Vinci's. Alright guys, well we finally, I don't know, hours later, and multiple hardware store runs to grab a couple odds and ends that we needed to finish this up. The Busa is back together with its beautiful Brock's Street Meg exhaust. I really can't complain. The install probably could have went a little bit smoother. Had a couple little hiccups just because I wasn't sure. The instructions were a little off, but overall, everything went back together extremely well. Now, I guess let me hand this over to Mick. Finally get a good start up. The exhaust sounds phenomenal. I can't wait. I just have to get it tuned because the only thing that sucked is we had to pull my O2 sensor. That's why my fuel injection light came on, because the original bung on the exhaust is an 18 millimeter, so I have to get a wideband sensor so that way the bike can basically learn itself. Plus I have to go get the bike. The new intentions on the bike are to get it tuned, and hopefully we can put down over 200 wheel NA, possibly on race fuel. We have to figure that out. But no, this Brock's exhaust is insane. My buddy Chris that helped me get this, I'm going to put his information down below. If you are in the market for a Brock's exhaust, he's a cool guy. He knows how to get these things. And he hooked me up with getting me an exhaust. Got me a lot cheaper than I would if I would order it from the shop or from the manufacturer or any other race website in general. But phenomenal exhaust. You can really see it once you start looking through. I don't know if the thing will even pick it up. But all these stainless steel pipes. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. Mick said once it heat cycles, might get more color out of the exhaust, but beautiful single exit exhaust. The other thing that was pretty cool too is there's like a billet head here because you can see the little milling ridges. But yeah, freaking phenomenal. Can't wait to run this thing more this year and get it tuned and go for those 200 horsepower numbers. Once we get 200 horsepower, I don't really think there's going to be a lot of vehicles around here that are going to be able to keep up. And the other big thing too is, so we picked up, these exhausts will roughly pick up about 15 horsepower just for the exhaust. But then you get it tuned, it can be a lot more than that. Now the other thing that we did too is we took probably about 10 to 15 pounds off the bike. Just the original header setup alone was 15 pounds for the stock with the cats. Now this one with just the headers and the Y pipe was only about 4.5 pounds. And then you take the dual Leo Vinci tips that we had on it, take those into account for having a single exit exhaust. So we took about 15 pounds off the bike or more, and then we added probably about 15 horsepower just as it sits. Now once we get it tuned, whole different story. It's just going to be crazy, guys. I can't wait to have this thing tuned and see what it's going to do. But I think I'm going to go take it around for a little test run and get the exhaust a little bit of heat. That way everything kind of breaks in a little bit and get the baffling broken in just a little bit. Alright guys, as always, hope you like the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to drop any comments. You want to know anything more about my bikes or anything, just drop them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember, ride safe, ride smart, always wear your helmet. See ya.